We have made it to season number 3 at the Las Vegas High Rollers MyNBA Franchise here on NBA 2K26. Today we're going to play our opening game against the Clippers. We're going to get roughly through around a month or so of the season. We're coming off an exciting free agency with some moving parts. We ended up losing some players, including Bryce Sensabaugh, who finds himself in New Orleans. Truthfully, I never planned on Sensabaugh playing anywhere else next year. I assumed we were going to bring him back, whether it was the qualifying offer or a short-term extension, but we couldn't afford him and the other guys we wanted, and I think New Orleans might have overpaid a little bit anyway. Nonetheless, he's a guy who can really shoot the three ball. Up and down, I would say, defensively, probably puts it nicely. I did want to keep him, but we ended up using that money elsewhere. Jeremy Sochan had a player option for $18 million that he declined, and honestly, I was kind of happy he declined it because I didn't really want to give him that number. Well, it worked out for him. The Jazz gave him $75 million over the next 3 years. It's a lot of money, and I certainly do not think he looked like a $75 million player last year, but I do think he fits their roster really well. They've got a lot of young, talented shot makers, but they don't have many good defensive players, and Sochan's very versatile defensively. And he's a good playmaker at his size as well. I think he complements players like Ace Bailey, Walter Clayton, Kyle Filipowski, and all these young guys who are largely offensive talents who they've drafted over the last couple of years. Our big addition was Derek Lively. We signed him to a 1-year deal with a player option for the second year, much like the deals that we gave to Benedict Mathurin and Jeremy Sochan last year that make it hard for his previous team to match the offer because it's a lot of money. But it also gives the team and the player a lot of flexibility. Lively's a great rim runner. He's extremely efficient around the basket, big-time lob threat in the pick and roll, and he's a really good rim protector. We've been missing that anchor defensively, and I think we finally got it. Benedict Mathurin accepted his $26.5 million player option, which I was thrilled about. I did not want him going anywhere. I made that clear last year during the deadline. He is back. We also signed Julian Strawther to replace Bryce Sensabaugh. His offensive numbers were very similar last year, although I think Strawther's a better defensive player. And instead of $45 million, he costs $9, which is a pretty big difference. So I think financially we made a good choice there. I also traded Oso Ighodaro to the Grizzlies for 2 second-round picks. I just felt like we didn't really need him with the addition of D-Live. We've got him, we've got Asa Newell, we've got Mark Singleton. Across the NBA, there were a few big moves, the most notable of which being Donovan Mitchell going to the Chicago Bulls. The Cavs got a couple picks back in a sign-and trade. This was the free agency of reunions, though. Jimmy Butler back in Miami, Jordan Poole back in Golden State. I never thought I would see the day, but Draymond is gone, so I guess it kind of works. Obviously, the big storyline, though, especially of today's episode, will be our new rookies. Marquis Cannon, the number 2 overall pick, is ready to rock and roll. A big reason why we wanted him over DeMarco Jefferson is because of his health. Jefferson, the number 1 pick, is going to miss the whole year with a torn Achilles. Cannon's ready to rock. He had some good moments during the Summer League. And then Noah Halliday, currently battling the flu. He will show off his inner Michael Jordan, and he will play through it. We traded up for Halliday. We gave up quite a bit, including a first-round pick in this year's draft. So we need him to produce. I'm really excited about him, though. And then Messiah Ritchie, the second rounder out of Virginia Tech, an undersized big who can really guard. He's a good defensive player. I don't think he'll be in the rotation right away, however. The starting lineup to begin the year will be Carter, Mathurin, Cannon, Newell, and Lively, but that is largely subject to change. Strawther and Singleton will lead the second unit, with Hardy, Abaji, Wiggins, and Noah Halliday currently being the other 4 guys getting minutes. I do anticipate sooner rather than later we'll see Jet Rivers, we'll see Messiah Ritchie, Jordan Holloway will be healthy at some point, and then Drew Holiday is just kind of here to be the team unk. He's planning on retiring at the end of the year. Now, granted, at the beginning of the year last season, he said the same thing, so I don't know how true it is. But it is the last year of his contract, so I don't really anticipate, at least he won't be here next season. Maybe we trade him away at the deadline to a contender to please him, but I don't know if there's anyone who wants to take on that money. So we might keep him around as a mentor for the rest of the year, especially for our young guards. As we take a look at the power rankings, we'll start with NBA.com. Some surprises here. The Pistons at 13 feels a little bit odd to me. Detroit was the number 1 seed last year. Yes, they lost in the first round, but you add Zach LaVine, a big-time scoring threat, and a great pairing with Cade Cunningham. We are 31st. The only team below us is the Wizards. I feel like that's a little disrespectful. Our team outperformed expectations 2 years in a row. We had Marquis Cannon, we had Derek Lively, we had Julian Strawther. I just really don't see a world where we're the second worst team in the NBA. As for Eric, why are the Sonics 10th? What the hell? Their number one pick isn't going to play this year. They didn't really add anyone in free agency. What? How are they going to be a top 10 team? How are they going to be better than Detroit and Denver and Golden State and the Clippers? Like, what are we doing? They have those at 27, a little bit better, although some of the teams below us are a little surprising. Like, Sacramento was the 7th seed last year. Memphis, I kind of get there in a full-on rebuild, but Portland at 31, they're not that bad. And then 2K Sports supposedly has a big market bias. Boston at number 2, they added Ja Morant. The Lakers at number 3, they added Joel Embiid. The Sixers at 7, they got Jaren Jackson. The Grizzlies, obviously, with their big fire sale. The Bucks at 12, though, is nuts. Big market bias. I don't know if there's a smaller market in the NBA than Milwaukee. They have a second-year undrafted player starting, a second-year second-rounder starting, and a rookie, and Hakeem Ujale, who I think is going to be really good. But Milwaukee sucks. Their second-best player ratings-wise in the starting lineup is Kevin Porter Jr. They have us at 32 and Seattle at 31, so not a lot of hope for the expansion teams, clearly. Seattle is all over the place in terms of the power rankings, and obviously their performance directly impacts us because we traded for their first-round pick. It is top 10 protected this year, and given that they didn't really make their roster a whole lot better this offseason and DeMarco Jefferson isn't going to play, I would assume Seattle probably picks in the top 10, and that pick will not convey until 2029. The thought process is for Seattle that by the time we get to next year, Julian Wright will be in year 3. That's generally the year where stars take their big leap. You add DeMarco Jefferson in the fold, you add another top rookie in the fold, and you add a lot of cap space, so they could easily make their roster better. So their hope is that pick will be well outside the top 10 in 2029. We're certainly hoping that their plan does not come to fruition. Or maybe they do end up overperforming, and we get their pick this year, which would be kind of disappointing because I would rather it be high in the future. We do not have any additional first-rounders since we traded the Orlando pick to go up and get Noah Halliday, but we do have a lot of second-rounders. I thought about making some big moves across the league. Ultimately, I just don't really think there is one right now. But there are a lot of teams who I think are going to be interested as the year goes along. The 76ers certainly have room to be aggressive. With Jaren Jackson, who they just got, they still have plenty of draft capital, including a Thunder Mavericks pick this year. They have a Clippers pick this year. And, of course, the Clippers-Sixers swap in 2029 to go along with the Kings first in 2030. So they've got a treasure chest of draft picks and a really good young core. The Bulls are going to look for a secondary star along with Donovan Mitchell. They gave away some picks to Cleveland in the sign-and trade, but they still have control of all of their first-round picks moving forward and plenty of assets to make this work. I think in that same category, the Miami Heat are going to be aggressive, looking for a star. They just had another one of those Eric Spoelstra Mickey Mouse finals runs at 42-40, but they've got a pretty good young nucleus, and they as well have control of all their first-round picks for the first time in a while. The Lakers with Luka by default, I think, will be star hunting. They traded for Joel Embiid. They didn't trade much. He regressed a lot. They as well, though, have control of all of their first-round picks moving forward, so they will have the flexibility to make some moves. Detroit kind of did. They got Zach LaVine from Sacramento. They traded away Jaden Ivey. I don't know if that counts as a star addition, but I do really like the fit of LaVine paired up with Cade Cunningham. And they still have assets in the future. They've got an additional pick in 2029. Granted, it won't be all that valuable. There are some teams who I think are in much worse long-term shape, like the Clippers, who are pretty good, and they're going to gain control of their picks back in 2030. But they're an older roster who could easily regress with the snap of a finger, and they don't have their pick over the next 2 years. The Mavericks are weird because they have Cooper Flagg, who's a 93, and he is poised for that third-year leap. And because of that, the Mavericks, their floor is going to be really high for a while, but they have no control of their picks, pretty much through 2032. And other than Flagg, Kyrie, and AD, the roster is quite bad. It's all or nothing this year for the Warriors, and I think they're better than they were last year. They lost Jimmy, but they had Jordan Poole, they had Isaiah Hartenstein, but they have very limited flexibility in terms of the picks they can trade, only being able to deal away the 2032 pick. Cleveland is also kind of stuck in the middle with losing Donovan Mitchell. Could they move either Mobley or Garland? Mobley has 3 years left, but Garland only has 1. They got control of their picks back in 2028 and 2030. They also have some Hawks picks, so they could use those if they wanted to make a splash. The Kings are also in a weird spot. They got Jaden Ivey from Detroit. His athleticism rating regressed a lot, though, largely because he had another broken leg. The Kings do not have their pick in 2030, but they can trade some of the other picks. Orlando's also in a kind of murky position for me. They are one of the more talented teams in the East. Paolo, Wagner, Bane, Jalen Suggs, very solid group. But when is this team going to take the next step? Well, if things go south this year, I don't think they're going to blow it up because they don't have their first-round pick. They also don't have it in 2030, so they really don't have the ammo to make another big move that they want. Expectations were high for the Pacers last year, and they did not perform. Halliburton only has 2 years. Siakam only has 1. They don't have control of their pick in 2030, but they do have some other picks that they could trade if they want. The Raptors traded for LaMelo Ball last offseason, hoping it would kind of lead a spark for this team, and it didn't. Brandon Ingram's deal is almost up. Scotty Barnes' development is largely plateaued. They do have that magic pick and control of all their other picks, so if they want to make a move, they've got more ammo than most. The Suns are also kind of in a weird spot because they're clearly a rebuild team, but they still have Devin Booker, who I don't think they want to trade at all. They don't have control of any of their picks until 2031, so they have no reason to trade away Book. And it seems like Book wants to stick around. It kind of makes the Suns stuck a little bit, though, so I'm not really sure what the plan is. And then there are some young teams who I think are on the horizon. They're not good yet, but they should be in the future. The Hornets. It depends largely on the development of Tony Mariano, who nearly won the Rookie of the Year last year and made the All-Defensive First Team. The Hornets have the Pacers pick in 2030, which could end up being quite valuable. The Nets spent a lot of money this offseason with Anthony Black and Cason Wallace. They're ready to win some games. They've got Alfonso Alexa, who looks like a steal. Lataka McClain, their first-round pick last year, took a big leap. They have 3 first-round picks in this year's draft and 3 next year. They had their own pick. They have a swap best for the Suns and the Wizards, both of whom are going to be bad. They only need one of those picks to be really good. Not to mention they've got 3 more in 2029. The team who I think quietly is the best future in the league, though, is the Wizards. They just need somebody to become the guy, if you will, because they've got the draft picks. 2 firsts this year, including control of the Bucks pick. 2 firsts next year, including their own pick. And again, control of the Bucks pick. The Bucks are one of the worst teams in the NBA. The Wizards are the ones with control over the next 2 years. And then in 2030, Grizzlies and Suns. The Grizzlies are probably going to be bad. Phoenix might still be bad. Those are some unbelievable draft picks. The Wizards don't have their own this year, but it doesn't matter. They need someone like Tyler Rose, though, or Orlando Nazario, the 3rd pick this year, to really become that all-star young player that they've been looking for because they've got everything else. Let's take a look at the Clippers here for the opener. They were really good last year. I believe they were the 3rd seed in the Western Conference, a loaded West. James Harden, 38 years old. Kawhi Leonard, 36. Both of them clearly still have it. And Kawhi Leonard played 77 games a year ago. But with age comes decline. These 2 guys could easily start to get worse at some point. Sure, they also have Ivica Zubac, who is an awesome player. But the roster kind of lacks a little bit other than those 3. Rookie DeMarcus Thompson, who was picked at the end of the first round, is already listed as a starter. He's only a 72, but I think he fits their core really well. Efficient all-around scorer, good catch-and-shoot guy, great perimeter defender, and he's already 24 years old, a 5th-year senior with a lot of experience. They have a lot of new faces off the bench, and I would expect Quentin Grimes will play. He is also dealing with the flu. What kind of sickness is being passed around the NBA right now? But let's get this show on the road. Year 3 in Los Angeles, the Clippers and the Rollers. Our team has some expectation, I feel like, a little bit going into this year. The power rankings disagree, but for a team who has been not horrible over the first 2 seasons of the series, I'm expecting a leap. This roster is better than what we've had over the last couple of years. We went 27-55 in each of the first 2 seasons, and I feel like going 27-55 again for a 3rd straight year would be disappointing. Adding Marquis Cannon, the Rookie of the Year frontrunner with the number 2 pick. Signing Derek Lively, signing Julian Strawther, trading up for Noah Halliday. There's real reason to be excited about this team as we take a look at the debuts of all our new faces, including, hopefully, the face of the franchise, the young prince, Marquis Cannon. He's, of course, making his NBA debut tonight against the Clippers. You know who else made his NBA debut against the Clippers? Buzz Wigginton. That was on the Clippers banner night, a game that the Sonics ended up winning. And, of course, a sign of things to come for Wigginton in Seattle. Cannon's first possession, he turns it over. Kawhi with the interception. Up the floor, he's got Thompson. And the rookie, DeMarcus Thompson, his first possession offensively ends in points. 3-0, Carter guarded by Kawhi. I don't like that matchup. We got to get the screen off of him. Carter on the drive, up and in for 2. Devin Carter, the first to score in year 3. Carter, the only member of our starting 5 who was drafted in the original expansion draft. Benedict Mathurin, sidestep, tray ball on the way, it's good. 20 a night last year on extremely efficient shooting. I'm super excited to have Ben Math back in the fold for another year. Kawhi Leonard gets it up. Harden, top of the key, 3 is good. 38 years old in what is expected to be his final NBA season. Unk still got it. Kawhi Leonard inside, no good. Nice defense by Newell, his 3rd rebound of the game. Newell looks to drive right. He gets it up for Carter in the corner. Marquis Cannon. Back to Carter. Pump fake. Carter on the drive. Gets it back to the rookie. Cannon still looking for that first bucket. He hands it off for Newell on the drive. Misses the slam. Lively with the rebound. Up and in for the putback. Good play by Derek Lively as it's 8-6. Here's Harden. Gets by Carter. Inside for the big man. He beats the Zubats. One of the most underrated and overlooked players in the NBA. An old school center. But he has really found his role with this Clippers team as Grimes misses the wide open 3. Cannon in transition with the slam! First career shot, first career make, first career dunk for the number 2 overall pick. Harden inside, no good. Cannon skies up for the rebound. He finds Carter, swings it to Mathurin. Step back, 3 ball, bang! Grimes in his face, doesn't matter. Benedict Mathurin drills it. 13-8, halfway through the first. Our defense has been terrific as Harden misses over Lively, but Zubats is there again with another offensive rebound and another putback. 13-10. Marquis Cannon gets it up for Mathurin. Step back. Another one? No, he's not going to make 3 in a row. Come on, are you kidding me? Here's DeMarcus Thompson with it. Thompson looks to drive inside. Now matched up with Cannon, the 2 rookies. Thompson looks to show the youngster who's boss. Thompson, no good. Grabs his own miss. Thompson still in there. Misses again. Marquis Cannon putting on the clamps. And here come the Rollers. Here's Lively with it. Intercepted by Thompson, who I guess gets the final laugh. Marcus Thompson with it, looking for some room. Thompson on the drive again. Gets it back up for Zubats. It has been an ugly offensive game for the most part, as evidenced by these last few possessions. Harden with Carter. 6 on the shot clock. Carter stays with him, and Harden, of course, draws the foul because that's what he always does. I mean, it has been pitiful from both of these offenses, really, the Clippers especially, but we haven't been much better. Step back, tray ball for Jaden Hardy. We've got the second unit in. Hardy, of course, one of our very best shot makers off the dribble, hoping he can light a spark for the second unit, given that the starters couldn't do much, as Mathurin makes that one. He's got 8. I mean, Mathurin's played well. None of the other starters have scoring-wise, but he's been good. Wide dribble handoff. James Harden drives left. Harden, layup is good. And we are knotted up at 18. A little bit easier to be guarded by Jaden Hardy as opposed to, well, Devin Carter. Hardy drives in the corner. Mark Singleton, his first shot of the year is good for 3. Definitely an inconsistent rookie year for Singleton, as you can see there by not turning around quick enough on defense. But he did make the all-rookie second team. He did play all 82 games. Here come the Clippers. Keldon Johnson in for the layup. The Clippers have completely overhauled their depth with guys like Johnson, Noah Clowney, and DeAndre Ayton leading the second unit with Colin Sexton, who misses the 3. On the other end, Ochai Agbaji connects from beyond the arc, his first points of the season. 25-22, under 40 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Now with just 7 seconds, Julian Strother would make 2 at the line. That ups the lead to 3, and now the Clippers are going to have to move fast. Looking to maybe tie the game. Keon Ellis, also a member of this second unit. Nearly intercepted. Ellis throws it up at the buzzer, and it is no good. 27-24 through 1. Both defenses playing well. The Clippers made their first 3. Since then, not so pretty. They're 1 for 5 from beyond the arc. We're 5 for 9, really shooting it well from deep. Benedict Mathurin with 8. Multiple other players really productive. Everybody's eating so far on offense. Everybody's getting a chance with the ball as Lively's there with the stuff. Clowney gets it back. Colin Sexton with it. His 3 won't go. Harden had 9. Zubats had 6. The rest of the team only had 9 in the first for the Clippers, as Singleton makes that one over Clowney. Second round pick by the Sonics in the expansion draft. So both teams lost their second rounders this offseason, with sense of ball being ours, as DeAndre Ayton misses inside. Looking to move it up the floor quickly. The rookie, Noah Halliday, in for the slam. In his first NBA minute, he already has a dunk, a rebound, and an assist, doing a little bit of everything early. Lively with the board. He's got Julian Strawther. Strawther looks to get by Sexton, and he does. Layup with the finger roll is good, and it's a 9-point lead. We're going to go about 3 minutes into the future now. There's been like no offense. Cannon misses a bad one. Both teams, especially us, are really struggling to shoot the ball whatsoever in the second quarter. Clank, Kawhi misses the pull-up jumper. Newell the rebound. He's got Cannon, still with only 2 points so far. Cannon around the screen. Clank misses the three. Zubac's the board. And here comes the Clippers now at the halfway point of the second quarter. Sexton, Clank. Rebound by Carter eventually. And the Rollers are going to look to move quick. Singleton finds Benedict Mathurin. Hasn't scored yet here in this second. Mathurin drives in and he's blocked. He beats Zubac with the snuff. Here comes the Clippers. Quentin Grimes, spin move, Grimes, jumper, Clank. Rebound by Benedict Mathurin. Will this be the possession to stop the drought? Cannon on the drive. Cannon makes the layup. Finally, our scoring nightmare is over. Marquis Cannon now with 4 points as it's 36-31. Broken away and eventually stolen by Devin Carter. In transition, Cannon, Clank, Lively the rebound. He's doubled. Doesn't matter. And one for D-Live as Derek Lively will make it a 3-score lead, 39-31. Kawhi swings it for Grimes, who nearly loses it. Grimes around the screen, little pick and roll for Zubac. Payback is one son of a gun. Posterizes Lively with a chance at 3. He doesn't get it. Missing the 3 throw. Newell with the rebound is 6th. He hasn't scored yet, though, just doing the dirty work. In transition, a 3-ball for Benedict Mathurin. Great job moving it up the floor quick, and of course, a very good shot for Ben Math. 42-33. Harden looking to get Carter in isolation. He does. In with the left. Layup is good. 42-35. Here is Carter. Carter looks to get by Harden. He cannot, instead dumps it off. Derek Lively. 7-7-3 along with a couple of blocks. An impressive opening half for Derek Lively II, who's done everything for us on both ends of the floor. 44-35, under 2 to go in the second. Here's the claw. Kawhi hands it off for Zubac. Back up for Y. His 3 is good. That ends the drought. The Clippers, I think, were 1 for 9 from deep, including 8 misses in a row before that shot by Kawhi. As Harden misses down low. Here comes Asa Newell. Hasn't scored yet. Looking to change that as the floater bounces in. Friendly roll for Asa Newell. It's an 8-point lead for the Rollers. Minute left to go in the half. Kawhi gets it for Quentin Grimes. Match up with Julian Strawther. Grimes around the screen. It rolls in. Back-to-back triples for the Clippers after missing a gazillion in a row over the span of like 15 minutes. 46-41. Here's Marquis Cannon. Cannon looks to get by Thompson, and he does. Layup, counted and a foul. And one for Marquis Cannon. The three-point shot is not falling, but he's done a great job of getting to the basket, which was one of my questions for him, especially as a rookie. Okay, come on, you got to hustle back defensively now. Way too easy the dunk there for Thompson, 49-43. Hardy gets it for Julian Strawther with 30 seconds. Strawther looks to spin away from Grimes. He'll go short. Aaron Wiggins, no. Nice defense by Kawhi. Shot clock unplugged. Here's Harden with it on the drive. Harden swings into the corner. Thompson, 3-ball. It's good. DeMarcus Thompson from beyond the arc. The rookie's had himself an impressive first half. He's got 10 for the Clippers. 49-46. Here's Hardy with Harden. We like this matchup in isolation. Hardy, step back at the end of the half is no good. That'll wrap the first half here at the Intuit Dome. Not a lot of offense being played in this game. The Rollers haven't shot it all that well from deep. The Clippers have not either. They have made 3 in a row, but before that they were 1 of 9 from deep. Some standouts so far in the opening half. Derek Lively, 7, 8, 3, and a block. Mathurin's got 11. Harden's got 11. Thompson's got 10. Zubac's with 8 and 9. Kawhi, though, only has 4, and he's just 1 of 5 from the field. We have really held him in check. Here is Thompson. Fools the defense on the shot fake. Thompson, layup is good over the extended arm of Lively. And the lead is within 1 score. It's within 1 point. Now 2 points. Thompson gets it up for Kawhi, guarded by Asa Newell. He's got Harden wide open. 3 for the lead. Another made triple from the Clippers. Very hot and cold from beyond the arc to start, but it definitely felt like they were due to have a few fall. Grimes launches a prayer at the buzzer. It's good! Okay, come on. Did they put magnets in the rims or something just now? How did that shot go in? 54-50. Here is Devin Carter. He's got ace to Newell. Newell around the screen, still with only 2 points. Drives right. Newell with the two-handed jam. Nice play there by the big fella. I'm excited for a full season with him. They're acquiring him at the deadline from Atlanta. Layup is good. That's James Harden rolling up and in. Harden really didn't shoot the ball that much early in the first half. Low for his standards as Mathurin gets one right back. The poster slam. Mathurin, as we know, is fearless. He was trash-talking LeBron after he got drafted. He is not fazed by anything. Not even a 27-win Rollers team, so much so that he wanted to come back. As Lively is there with the snub. That one rolls out of bounds. Another block shot for D-Live. Following offensive possession for the Rollers, it's Newell. In transition, makes the layup. He's really starting to get going now of some good offensive plays around the rim. Here's Marquis Cannon. He's got 7 and 3. Pump fake to Carter. Over to Newell for 3. It's good. Ace and Newell's really starting to get going. Didn't give as much early on offense, but he's making them. Well, I mean, he didn't make that one, but nonetheless, 59-56. Here come the Clippers. Grimes inside. Zubac nearly loses it, but he keeps it and is in for the layup. This game has been really close pretty much the entire way. Back and forth, as in one team scores, then like a minute goes by, then the other team scores, then another minute goes by, but still back and forth in some sense as Derek Lively makes that one. 61-58 now. James Harden with it. Harden gets it up top. Quentin Grimes for 3. We're knotted up at 61 apiece as the Rollers call time. Here's Jaden Hardy. Ooh! Hardy with a move on Harden. Harden actually stayed with him impressively. Ochai Agbaji, though, has room and connects from beyond the arc. 64-61. Harden, no. Zubac's the rebound. Blocked at the rim by Singleton. Hardy over to Aaron Wiggins. Agbaji. Singleton. Bang! The best offense is good defense. Singleton with the block. Quickly up the floor in transition. Buries the 3. 67-61. Thompson fouled on the shot. Number 1 rule of defense, Och. Don't foul the jump shooter. Lob attempt is unsuccessful for Singleton, and here comes the Clippers. Quentin Grimes with it. Grimes pull up 3. He's fouled by Jaden Hardy. I was using Strother. That's not on me. Don't get mad. Grimes would miss the 3 throw, which is unfortunate because, well, look at the scoreboard. Look at what the score would have been. It would have been too easy. Speaking of too easy, the Clippers draw the foul, setting his feet. Nothing's coming easy for this offense. I mean, every possession, it feels like we're finding a new way to screw it up. Not that time. Triple on the way for Julian Strother. 70-68. Here's Harden with it. Harden's doubled. Gets it up for DeMarcus Thompson. Drives right. Layup is good. He just could score from everywhere on the floor. We're seeing what he was able to do at Oklahoma State. The big reason why he was the first rounder and has really looked the part as a pro's pro in his NBA debut for the Clippers. Clowney around the screen. Clowney for the lead. It's good. Noah Clowney from beyond the arc. 75-72. To inbound. Kawhi. Another one. It rattles home. Remember when the Clippers were 1 for 9 from deep? They've made 11 of their last 12. No, I'm not kidding. As Singleton makes the dunk, the Clippers' offense has been unreal from beyond the arc, dating back to the end of the first half. I don't even think we've defended them that poorly for the most part. They're just making everything. Ellis makes another one. 81-74. That was not as good of defense. He was completely wide open. We did not run up the floor quick enough. Noah Halliday in the game as he gets it up for Hardy. Sidestep 3 ball at the buzzer is no good. Certainly a difference from the first half to the second half offensively for the Clippers. They look alive, shooting the lights out from deep, going, wait for it, 6 of 7. Start the 4th, Jaden Hardy knocks that one down. Now, interestingly about the Clippers' third quarter, they made all those threes, but they only went 5 for 15 from 2. We've done a really good job defending the basket today, and I think the biggest reason for that, even though he's not in the game right now, has been the emergence and the addition of Derek Lively. As Keldon Johnson makes the layup, 85-77. Around the horn, Wiggins, no. DeAndre Ayton with the rebound. Quickly up for Keldon Johnson. Johnson has room. Halliday's got to snap back quicker. And the lead is within 11 as Keldon Johnson hits the three. 90-79. Mathurin on the drive inside. Newell, that one is good. He's in the double figures with 11 to go along with 7 boards. 90-81, under 8 to go. Keldon Johnson moving, mid-ranger, no. Newell the rebound, Rollers looking to move fast. Newell up the floor, wide open. Jaden Hardy for 3, and we are within 6. Don't call it a comeback, perhaps. Here is Ayton matched up with Asen Newell. You would think Ayton could just, post up. Instead, he's got Ellis who hits the 3. Big time make by Keon Ellis. That's not the play I would have gone for there, but it went in. Clippers have definitely not been as efficient from deep in the fourth, but they make a huge one. Here is Strother. Under 7 to go now. He gets it to Newell. Cocks it back. Throws it down with the left. Now less than 6 left. This clock is ticking if we want to make a comeback. We can't be allowing offensive rebounds, though. Kawhi on the drive with Singleton. Interesting matchup. Kawhi hits the jumper over the youngster. 97-88. Carter brings it up. He's got Mathurin. Mathurin looking to get some room. Around the screen for 3 is good. We could certainly use him heating up. Mathurin hasn't been bad in the second half. He just hasn't really shot the ball. Harden around Carter. In for the 2. And the lead is back up to 7 for the Clippers. Cannon misses another 3. He's really struggled to shoot it from beyond the arc. That's been the big blemish on his debut as Carter deflects it, steals it. Nobody in front. He takes it all the way for the slam. And we're slowly but surely starting to take a couple jabs at this lead. Blocked at the rim by Asen Newell. We can make it a 1-score game. Cannon with it inside. He's got Newell. Layup. Rattles in. And the lead is within 3 again. Harden has his pocket picked again. Singleton's got it. Carter for the tie. No good, but Newell's there with the putback slam. What a second half from Asen Newell. He has been all over the floor, dominating on both ends. Harden, no. Good stop by Carter. Zubats is blocked on the second chance effort by Singleton. Rollers can take the lead. It's Cannon all the way. No good. Big stop by the fellow rookie DeMarcus Thompson. Kawhi in the corner. Grimes back inside. Kawhi throws it up and in. A massive and 1 for the Clippers. It's a 4-point game with under 2 to go. Cannon on the drive. Layup is good. Nice make by the rookie, Marquis Cannon, looking to get a couple more to fall. Here's Kawhi. Oh, he broke his ankles. Doesn't go for the shot. Instead, passes it out. 3 is good for Grimes. What a play by Kawhi. Welcome to the NBA, Marquis Cannon. He hands it off for Mathurin. Quick 3. Off the catch is good. We're right back within 2. Both sides trading threes with 1:20 to go. Grab your popcorn, folks. We're looking at quite the ending. Harden with Carter. Around the screen from Zubats. Harden, jumper. No. Rebound by Newell, his 11th to go along with 19 points. He's got Cannon. Cannon in the corner. Mathurin, sidestep, 3-ball. Bang! Benedict Mathurin puts the Rollers ahead. A 29-17 run over the last handful of minutes. As Kawhi is fouled, Newell fooled by the jump fake. Kawhi would go to the line and would make them both. So now the Clippers are right back up by 1. Mathurin to Carter. Got to watch out for the backcourt. That was close. Carter inside to Newell. Newell with 7 on the shot clock. Newell's got to get it off quick. Kawhi stays with him. Now it's Cannon to Carter. Heaves up a 3. Won't go. Rebound by Zubats, and we make sure he's the one who's fouled immediately. Not their best free-throw shooter. The first one bounces in, a shooter's touch. Can we talk about how pitiful of an offensive possession that was by the Rollers, using all 24 seconds to just not heave up a good shot? As he misses the second, it's a 2-point game. 2 ties, 3 takes the lead. Hardy inside quickly, and he is fouled by Thompson. Degas wasting no time as Jaden Hardy goes to the line to shoot a pair. With the shot meter moving, first one is good. Nothing but net. The Clippers have one of the loudest home court advantages in the NBA, but that does not faze Hardy. Ice money. Didn't hit the rim once. Clippers call time. Tied at 108. What is the play for the Clippers? We've got to bring in our top defensive lineup. The group that we're going to roll with is this one. Carter and Strother in the backcourt. Abaji at the 3. Singleton and Lively in the front court. I think Harden's going to be one to take the shot. He's the leading scorer. He's been the primary shot maker, and he's taken the most shots. So I kind of think he's going to be the guy they really focus on. Originally, I was going to do forced jumper, but really thinking about it, I think his most inefficient shot might be rushing at the basket when you've got guys like Lively and Singleton who can really protect the rim and are phenomenal shot blockers and do a pretty good job of guarding without fouling. I think I want to get Harden around the rim and see if he can throw one up for the win. 18.2 seconds. Thompson does get it to Harden. Interesting strategy here by Carter. Does he try to stay tight with him as much as possible or maybe bait him into a shot? Harden with 7. Harden for 3. No good. Lively with the rebound. We call time. James Harden had space. Carter was not expecting the step back. Luckily, it doesn't go through. Now we've got a chance to win with 4.2 seconds. So now we're going to start to bring in more of the offensive guys. Hardy, Mathurin, Cannon, Newell, and Lively. Who do we want getting the ball? I don't know. Whoever's open. Benedict Mathurin's hit a couple of big threes. He is the best scorer, so I would say in an ideal world him. But I trust all these guys to make a shot. 4.2 seconds left. Here is Jaden Hardy with 3. Hardy going to have to throw it up for the win. No good. We're headed to overtime. The one thing I really regret about that possession is not using a second timeout once we cross midfield. Because we had an extra timeout stored in our back pocket. We could have easily used it there to get better position off the inbound. And we could take a look at what the Clipper defense is doing as a result. But nonetheless, the game is tied at 108. We are headed to a 4-minute overtime period to determine a winner. The Rollers are going to largely bring the starters back into the game. For now, it is the original starting 5, as this time Zubats wins the tip. Zubats quickly inside. Layup is good within just seconds. To put the Clippers up by a pair. Carter, no. The defense by Kawhi. Carter's done some good things defensively, but has really struggled to shoot the ball. Kawhi, turnaround J is good. 112-108. Strother, deep 3. No. Rebound by Thompson. Clippers can really start to gain some control here. Here is James Harden. He bounces it over for Grimes. It's the wide open jumper. And the Sixers lead by 6. 114-108. Here is Cannon for 3. Another miss, but Newell, another putback. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's just Ace and Newell skying in for the slam. He should be the permanent rebounder for Marquis Cannon whenever he's shooting threes. As that shot is blocked, Thompson snuffed by Derek Lively. We can make it a one-score game. Cannon guarded by Harden on the drive. Layup and one! Marquis Cannon, the rookie, can make it a one-point game. 3 for the lead. No good. And here comes the Clippers up by 1. Quentin Grimes has it for LA. He finds Harden. Gets by Mathurin. Pull up. Jay is good. 3-point lead for the Clippers. Following possession, under a minute left in overtime. Harden for 3. No good. Rebound by Lively. He's got Hardy. Hardy up the floor quickly for Marquis Cannon. On the drive with the throwdown. And the lead is within 1. Marquis Cannon with a couple of huge plays late in this overtime period. He's up to 14 points. Harden guarded by Hardy. Harden on the drive in the corner. Thompson buries it. DeMarcus Thompson, the biggest shot of the night, arguably. 4-point lead for the Clippers, 30 to go. It's desperation time for Vegas. Mathurin for 3. That one is good. Hold on. We're not done. 119-118. It's Quentin Grimes who is fouled off the following inbound. Kawhi would go to the line. He would make both. So it's a 3-point game. Rollers use a timeout. We're going to bring the offense, bring the shooters on the floor with 16.7 seconds to go. I think having Cannon out there makes a little more sense to over Strother because he's got such a quick release. Say we get Cannon open. I know he's 0 for 6 tonight, but he is due for one at some point, right? Singleton will inbound. Can we find a crack in the defense? Yes, we do! Mathurin! It's good! Another triple for Benedict Mathurin, who's made a couple of huge threes in this overtime period as we're tied at 121. A quick 2-second possession is all we need to tie this game up, as now we bring our defensive lineup in the game. Thompson will inbound it, both teams with just one timeout. Harden with Carter. Harden's got 11. Harden in isolation with plenty of space. Harden hits the three! And the Clippers take the lead with under 6 to go. Harden gets just enough separation from Carter, who's got happy feet trying to guard him. And now we've really got to get the shot off quick. Mathurin's hit a couple of big ones, obviously, if he's open. I still wouldn't rule out Marquis Cannon because he's got a good release. Jaden Hardy's the best shot pure maker of the group. And then I want to get other guys who can shoot. We've got Singleton in the game. We've got Wiggins in the game. Arguably our 5 best three-point guys. To inbound, it is Singleton. Nobody opens right away. It's Cannon with it. Cannon around the screen. Cannon for the tie. No good. It's short. Kawhi is fouled. But I don't think it's going to matter. There's 0.2 seconds left on the clock. And it looks like the Clippers will hang on to survive a thriller. Kawhi at the line. First is good. It is officially a 2-score lead. We don't really have enough time to chuck the ball up. Got another possession, especially with Kawhi making the second one. I fear it is over. 126-121 your final. The Clippers start the year 1-0. An exciting opener for the Rollers. We gave them everything we got into the overtime period, but it was just not enough. Saw some good, saw some bad. I thought Marquis Cannon had a few really nice drives to the basket that I didn't really know he was capable of in Australia. Did not shoot the 3-ball well, though. That's certainly not going to be acceptable. He ended up over 7. Mathurin at 28. He was lighting it up in this game. 10 of 16 from the field, 8 of 12 from deep. Asa Newell, though, I think was the most consistent player on the floor. 21 and 12 to go along with just 4 missed shots, couple of offensive rebounds. He was great. 14, 5 and 3 for Cannon. He went 6 of 8 from 2, made both of his 3 throws. So rather than looking at the 3-point percentage, I will choose to care for the positives with our young franchise player who's certainly looking to perform a little bit better over the coming weeks. Hardy at 14, Singleton at 11, 6 and 3 blocks. Lively at 9, 14, 3 dimes, 3 blocks, and he didn't miss. Carter went 2 for 10, though, and had a true shooting percentage of 26. That is probably why we lost, although thanks for the 3 steals. We restricted Halliday coming back from the injuries, but in just 6 minutes, he had 2, 3, and 3, with also not missing. As for the Clippers, James Harden, 27, 10, and 6, but on 26 shots. I thought we did a good job of defending him. I thought Devin Carter played well. I thought the other guys who we would have thrown on him played well. DeMarcus Thompson, that kid can play. He had 20. Kawhi had 20. Zubac's 13 and 18. Grimes also had 18 points. The biggest takeaway, though, for the Clippers is that they might have found a steal at the end of the first round. They clearly see a lot in, what was he, the 30th overall pick to join the starting lineup immediately. But that clearly ended up being a pretty good decision for the Grizzlies, well, at least through game 1. So other upcoming opponents, I tried to figure out who we're going to play next over the next month or so. I kind of want to see the Knicks. Largely at the same group that we've grown to know and, well, in my opinion, dislike. But they made a big move in the offseason. They added Miles Turner, giving them another rim protector. And I think that'll be a big deal, and we'll talk about why in a moment. First, we'll get through games against the Jazz, the Heat, and the Pacers. In Game 2, Julian Strawther broke an ankle. He will be out for the next month. That is unfortunate. So rather than add anybody to the rotation, everybody's just going to get a little bit more minutes. Specifically, Noah Halliday, who's pretty close to recovering from his injury. We do get Jordan Holloway back. I don't think he's going to join the rotation right away, but he might in the future. We only go 1 and 2. We beat the Jazz. 26 for Mathurin. 23 for Cannon. 3 for 6 from deep. Hardy at 17. Singleton was busy. Carter shot 4 for 16. Yikes. As for Utah, 24 and 12 for Karthik Patel. He was hooping. Sohan, 9, 13, and 6 on 4 of 17 shooting. Not sure how to feel about that one. We lost by 30 to the Heat. Devin Carter played a lot better. Cannon made his only 3, 6 of 7 at the line. Didn't end up playing too bad. But the defense was not great. Very balanced approach by Miami. And then we got blasted by Indy. Although, Cannon had 27. He did have 5 turnovers, but he shot the ball well and for high volume. So through 4 games, he's averaging 26 and 2 on 63% true shooting. That's quite good. Mathurin 18 against his former team. Jalen Rivers played this game because Jaden Hardy twisted his ankle, or I think he sprained it, against Miami. Hardy will remain out against the Knicks, so it will be Rivers in the lineup. And we are going to start Mark Singleton today over Asen Newell, who started in each of the first 4 games for no other reason than we're just trying to shake it up a little bit. The Knicks, of course, are led by Jalen Brunson, 58% from 3 this year. That's pretty good. They've got Karl-Anthony Towns, they've got OG Anunoby, but they are a little shaken up. Miles Turner is out with a sprained knee. Mikal Bridges is in despite a strained quad. Mr. Iron Man, if you will. Now, he has missed a couple of games over the last 2 years, so his streak is over. I was excited to see the Knicks, though, largely because of Miles Turner, because that was their big get during the offseason. I wanted to see the front court pairing of Turner and Cat, as Noah Holiday is now healthy. He showed some good things while he was sick. Imagine how good he will be now that he's at 100%. But back to the point I was making earlier, I like the Miles Turner fit in New York because now you have 2 phenomenal floor spacers in terms of the bigs. It really opens things up for the other players offensively. But on defense, it also masks a lot of the rim protecting issues that Karl-Anthony Towns has. And with their projected lineup, or at least their projected starting lineup going into the playoffs, you've got 3 All-NBA level defenders with Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, and Miles Turner, who can hide the deficiencies, at least somewhat, of Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns. Towns and Lively for the tip. It goes to D-Live, and we are underway back at home at the Springer Center in Las Vegas. Carter with the cross and the sauce as he's in for the slam, making Jalen Brunson look like a fool. Brunson with it now, looking for payback. Brunson, jumper, no good. Nice defense by Devin Carter. And here come the Rollers. Benedict Mathurin with it. Mathurin all the way! With some authority on that slam. It's a 4-0 lead for Las Vegas. Mikal Bridges gets it up for Karl-Anthony Towns. Tightly guarded at the top of the key by Lively. Quick pass. OG Anunoby plops it up and in as the Knicks are on the board now. Carter to Cannon. Pump fake. Cannon averaging nearly 20 a game. That leads the team. To Mathurin. Layup is good. And the offense is starting to get rolling a little bit while the defense is looking impressive early again. Brunson with it. What on God's green earth was he doing? I get they missed the shot, but what was he doing? Mark Singleton, my friend, are you okay? Is it 6-2? Here is Devin Carter on the drive. Carter throws it up, no good. Nice defense by Josh Hart. Lord knows Jalen Brunson wouldn't have made that stop. Hart inside, Towns with the slam. The kitty goes purr. Karl-Anthony Towns, as it's now 10-6. Inside, Brunson. No good. It's tipped by Singleton, but it doesn't matter. Karl-Anthony Towns is there with the putback slam. Quick start for Cat. Lead within 2. Cannon with the basketball. Cannon hasn't scored. He does have a couple of assists as OG Anunoby rips it away from him. Another rookie mistake. Anunoby inside. Towns with the layup. And we are now tied at 10. Rollers up by 1 about a minute later as OG Anunoby slips it in for Mikal Bridges, who makes the slam to put New York on top. Bridges still nursing a minor injury. Here is Carter with it, looking for the screen. Little pick and roll action for Mark Singleton, who's in for the slam. So far, it's been a slow start to the year for Singleton, especially coming off that summer league where he was just horrible. Bridges leaves Mathurin in the dust. It's too easy. Mikal Bridges, 14-13, deep 3. Won't go for Carter. And here comes New York. Mikal Bridges, Anunoby in the corner. Brunson for 3 is good. We were too focused on sending help for OG once he caught the ball. We kind of just forgot about Jalen Brunson, wide open in the corner. Here is Carter on the drive. Nice maneuver and finish. 4, 2, and 3. A little bit of everything for Carter. Hard inside. Capella's blocked. Hard is blocked. Capella passes it back out. Knicks got a 3rd chance. Singleton had the first one. Lively had the second. And eventually we have an offensive foul in New York. 19-15. If only the offense could start to, play a little bit better. Holiday passing it around. Rivers to Wiggins for 3. I'm excited about this bench backcourt with Jet Rivers and Noah Holiday. Somebody in the Discord server today referred to it as the Jet to Holiday backcourt. I feel like we kind of have to roll with that as Jalen Brunson hits the 3. Noah Holiday with it. Holloway around the screen. Wiggins, a long-range triple is good. 22-21. Here is Brunson with Halliday. Brunson on the drive. Brunson the Euro. Brunson the layup is good. No Halliday, I think, has impressed me defensively, but, I mean, there's only so many guys who can match up with Jalen Brunson. Here's Abaji on the drive. Layup, count it, and a foul. And one for Ochai Abaji. 24-23. Bridges, corner three, no good. Rebound by Halliday. Skying up for the rebound. He's great on the glass for a guard. Jet Rivers for the lead. That one is good. It's now 25-24. Pass is tipped up into the hands of Clint Capella. Capella's blocked by Newell. A block party here in Vegas. Rivers throws up a three. Won't go, but Abaji's there with the putback slam. A highlight reel play for the Rollers. The block on defense. The transition dunk off the miss on offense. Lonzo Ball with it inside. Great pass. Bridges has been really good. Scoring around the rim today. He's done a good job of picking his spots. Bridges for three, no good. Rebound Capella with the powerful slam. The rim's going to feel that one tomorrow. 28-29. Rollers up by a point. Here's Abaji. Gets it up to Noah Halliday. Halliday on the drive. Layup is good. Noah Halliday has been really efficient so far for a rookie. I think he's only taken 1 3. But with twos, he's been very effective. As Bridges misses, we've got a few seconds before the end of the quarter. We don't have Hardy in the game, though. Rivers throws it up, and it is no good. 31-28, a football score through one. The Raiders are beating the Jets. That would imply the Raiders and the Jets scored 31 and 28 to begin with. Jalen Brunson with 10, Towns with 8, Bridges with 6. The rest of the team with 4. So they've got to get going. There's Billy Dew for 3, the second-year pro from Germany, hoping to be the 6th man for this team. Mathurin with it, creates some space. Step back 3 is good. Rollers back ahead. Ben Math had 6. It's tied for Wiggins for the most points in the opening quarter for Vegas. Good ball movement. Good triple. Knicks tie it again. Pacome Dadier for 3. The talented young wing from France in his 4th NBA season as Pacome Dadier is in with the layup. Counted and a foul and one. Asa Newell called for the contact. 38-36 off the miss. Wiggins misses again. And Anunoby with the rebound. Here comes New York. It's Bridges with it. Guarded by Mathurin with a seed for Clint Capella. New York up by 4. Here's Lonzo in the corner. Billy Dew, no. Lonzo the rebound. Bridges for 3, no. Somebody got hurt on the play. The Rollers are going to call time. I think going for one of the rebounds, Aaron Wiggins tweaked his tailbone. Wiggins had a couple of early threes, but now we're going to be cautious with him the rest of the way. Speaking of threes, it's Towns who hits one for Minnesota. The Knicks on a 15-5 run over the last 3:20 as Marquis Cannon connects on the triple. Cannon was 0 for 3 from deep to start the game. Good to see one go in. And Anunoby wide open, gets one right back. That's Asa Newell's responsibility. He didn't get back quick enough. Halliday finds Newell. Back up for Halliday. Over for Marquis Cannon. Around the screen. Fire the cannonballs! Another 3 for Marquis Cannon. 46-42. Cannon on the drive! Flying into the lane with the slam. The rookie has willed us back into the game. He has scored our last 8 points without missing. Here's Towns inside. Dew, quick pass. Anunoby with the slam. Excellent ball movement by the Knicks. Good passing decisions. Good tempo as well. They got those out quick. Carter throws it up, and it's good! How in the world did Devin Carter make that happen? He would also make the 3 throw, which might be the most surprising part of the play, given his troubles at the line over the years. Mathurin in for the layup. Rollers ahead. We were down by like double digits just a couple of minutes ago. We have taken advantage of the run created by our rookie, Marquis Cannon. Lead is short-lived, though. Knicks right back ahead. Singleton now connects on the 3. He's a hard player to guard because he's 7'1". How are you supposed to contest him? Well, I guess the plan is by not letting him go back on defense. We got to hustle, Mark. An one poster for the Knicks. Singleton basically negates his 3. Billy Dew for 3 and the Knicks. 60-54. Here comes Las Vegas looking to push it quickly. Lively, what a pass! Carter's in for the layup, and the lead sits at 4. 9 points now for Devin Carter. He's had a productive afternoon. as he rips it away from Jalen Brunson. Carter alone goes up with the left hand and powers it through to bring the lead within 2. 60-58. Do you guys see the poetry I did there? Mark Singleton with the block. And then he gets the rock. Okay, now it's getting corny. Inside, Lively for the tie. Good dunk by Derek Lively. We're knotted up at 60. Billy Dew, too easy. In for the lead as Billy Dew puts the Knicks up by 2. Okay, I'll stop. I sound like Dr. Seuss. Here's Mathurin. Pump fake. Mathurin inside with a second left. 3 by Carter is no good. That'll wrap up the first half. 62-60. Knicks with the lead in what has been a good one so far. Marquis Cannon, Devin Carter, Benedict Mathurin all with 11. Brunson with 12, Anunoby with 14, Towns with 11. Both teams trading punches. A lot of the star players really productive on each side. Both teams shooting it well overall. 54% from the field each way. The Knicks 47% from deep. The Rollers a little bit worse at 38%. As Jet Rivers is in for the layup. I wanted to get some of these guys in at the end of the first half. We didn't get to. So we're actually going to throw them in to start the second half. Seems a little bit odd. I want to get these guys more run. I want to experiment with more lineups as Brunson makes the layup, 64-62. Noel in the corner for Jet Rivers. Rivers with space. The second-year guard from UConn, no good, but Newell tips it up and in. A big difference I've noticed from the first 2 years to this year is the offensive rebounding has been drastic. Brunson, no good. Nice defense by Newell. But having guys like Newell and Lively, who are really good rebounders, changes everything for us. The lane is wide open for Mark Singleton, who has 6 rebounds and 7 points. 64-66, Rollers up by 1. Bridges says not for long. Mikal Bridges hobbling around. He got hurt on the play. I don't think related to his previous injury, but he landed awkwardly on the shot, so he'll be taken out of the game for the time being. Off the miss by Brunson. Here's Benedict Mathurin. The two-handed dunk. He's up to 13 points. Hasn't really shot the ball all that well, but he is amongst the team leaders in scoring. Marquis Cannon with it, trying to get some space in isolation on the drive. Layup is good. Cannon's got a tight handle. Oftentimes, player of his archetype can't really handle the ball, but he can. Big reason why we're optimistic for his upside. Brunson, turnaround jumper over Rivers. That is a grown man, NBA-level shot. Mathurin, clank, nearly rattled in, though. It's a 1-point game, 70-69. Here's Anunoby. Cross-court pass. Brunson for 3, left completely wide open. One of the best three-point shooters in the league. Not the guy you want to give space to. Bridges back in the game. I will never get why teams are playing their injured guys. It is October. Lively with 6 points and 7 boards. Carter, layup is good on the Euro. He's got 15 points. He's been reasonably efficient in doing so. 77-74. Halliday gets it for Cannon, the 2 rookies. Cannon up and in with the layup. I did not know Marquis Cannon had this kind of juice driving to the basket. He didn't really show it last year in Australia. He had that incredible pre-draft workout, though. We knew it was in him, and he has certainly realized it. 3 is good by Dew in the corner. 80-76. It's ripped away by Jalen Brunson. Brunson's got it for the Knicks. Matched up with Halliday for 3. It's good! Jalen Brunson from deep. 7-point lead. The Knicks are going on another one of those runs. We were able to claw back in the second quarter. Will we be able to do so again? Here is Marquis Cannon. Looks to get the screen. Long 2 is good. Maybe not the shot he should have taken there, but hey, it went in. I guess we can't really complain. 83-78. Bridges dancing around the paint as it's no good. Abaji with the rebound. Abaji with the crossover. Abaji with the slam, and we are within 1 score late in the third. 83-80. Here's Noah Halliday with it. Holloway drives right. Swings it for Ace and Newell. Newell with time winding down. Pump fake gets the mismatch, and he misses anyway. That is kind of embarrassing. You were guarded by Lonzo Ball in the big 20-27. 85-80 going into the fourth. Knicks had the lead, but we've played reasonably well. Impressive third quarter by the rookie, Marquis Cannon, who had 6. Carter at 4. Got to get more from Benedict Mathurin, though. Want the miss. Here come the Rollers. It's Benedict Mathurin inside. Ace and Newell with the layup. And the lead sits back at 5 again. 87-72. Lonzo Ball. 3 won't go. Rebound by Newell. He continues to be a glass cleaning machine on the other end. Benedict Mathurin throws it up, and it is good. Benedict Mathurin brings it within one score. Why am I not surprised to see that he's the craziest smack talker? Blocked at the rim by Mathurin. In transition, Rivers for three. No good. Newell the rebound and the putback. Another offensive rebound and putback opportunity for the Rollers. Mason Newell's done such a good job on the glass. Him and Lively this year. Here's Anunoby. Layup is good. It is a three-point game. Here is Rivers getting some fourth quarter minutes. Spins by Lonzo. Rivers all the way, and the lead is within one. Nice maneuver by Jet Rivers, the second-year guard from UConn, who's played a pretty good game. Clint Capella with it at the top of the key for Lord knows what reason. He's got Towns now with the mismatch. Guarded by Fears. That is too easy. Towns, he's got like 10 inches on him. Pause. OG Anunoby's three rattles in, an 8-point lead. We've come back down by bigger deficits against the Knicks twice in this game. Why can't we do it a third time? But when the game's on the line with 5 minutes left. Halliday inside. Turnaround, smooth jumper from Marquis Cannon. 98-91. Here is Brunson. He loses it. Knicks try to keep it in. They cannot. Rollers on the break. Cannon for three. Rattles in. 23 for Cannon. He gets the shooter's touch. 98-94. Singleton with it, looking to get him some closing minutes. Has the mismatch, and it is good. Nice play there by Mark Singleton to kind of shoot it right when the defender didn't expect it. Brunson around the screen. Three is blocked by Noah Halliday, who picks it up on the other end. And one poster over Brunson. Noah Halliday has arrived. Feliz Navidad. Merry Christmas. Happy Thanksgiving. Whatever your favorite holiday is, Noah's got you covered. Especially Jalen Brunson, who could use a holiday right now. Maybe a Jet 2 holiday. Cannon with it on the drive. Layup is good for the lead. 25 points for Marquis Cannon. 198. Cannon with it in the corner. Cannon for three. Bang! The Knicks were just up by 8 like a couple minutes ago. What is happening? This is like a 15-2 run or something ridiculous. Under 2 to go. Newell over Brunson and one. Brunson called for the foul. Everything is going the way of the Rollers as Brunson misses inside. Halliday another rebound, his 6th. Look at Noah Halliday, not only getting closing minutes, but taking advantage as he slips it in. Lively layup is good. 9-point lead. I don't see how the Knicks can come back, really, at this point. Brunson is in cold mode. We have put him through hell in this fourth quarter. Brunson nearly blocked again. Misses the three. Towns the rebound and the putback. Okay, well, there you go. The lead is back within 7. Responding to the press. Noah Halliday with it on the drive. Inside, Cannon. Layup. 30 ball. Not 29, not 31. A 30-piece for Marquis Cannon. With a minute to go, Brunson finally makes one. Mr. Clutch over here was 0 for 6 in the fourth quarter before that layup. Off the press, Brunson tips it, but Halliday keeps it. Halliday on the drive, gets help, doesn't matter. Noah Halliday inside, showing off the acrobatics. 6, 6, and 6 for Halliday. 9-point lead with 23 seconds. Bridges up to Towns for 3, won't go. Rebound by Lively, his 12th, and we can just about dribble out the clock with a few seconds to go. An impressive win by the Rollers. We were down by roughly 8 to 10 points on 3 separate occasions. We came all the way back all 3 times, the latter of which will result in a 9-point win, even though the Knicks were in control for most of the game. I think it was 96-88. That was the turning point. A 24-7 run to finish out the game, led by that guy. Marquis Cannon took over in the fourth quarter. He had 13 points and did not miss. 5 for 5 from the field, 2 for 2 from deep, finishes with 30 overall. Mason Newell had 7 himself, the 2 of them with 20 fourth quarter points. Brunson, meanwhile, 1 for 6. Anunoby and Towns had 12. Everybody outside of those 2 had 6. That is not good enough. Cannon, 30 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, 4 for 11 from 3, 4 for 6 at the line, 11 for 20 from the field. We will gladly take it. He continues to look the part. It's only been 5 games, but I've been impressed. We somehow won with Benedict Mathurin shooting that. I don't know how he pulled that one off. Singleton didn't miss. Halliday also didn't miss, although he missed a 3-throw. 6, 6, and 6 in 17 minutes for the Aussie guard. We didn't shoot the ball well at all. We really struggled from 3, 8 for 32. And if you don't count Cannon, we went like 0 for 13 in the second half. Brunson had 26 on 25 shots, and Anunoby had 21 on 13 shots. A lot more efficient. Towns was okay, and then nobody else really stepped up all that much for New York. So a good win at home against a good team. I think we're going to simulate up to the matchup against Boston. We've got some interesting games. We play Seattle. We've got Atlanta, OKC, Minnesota. Not going to be easy. Aaron Wiggins bruised his tailbone in that game. He would end up missing a couple. Jaden Hardy came back, but then he suffered a high right ankle sprain days later. Mark Singleton also with an ankle injury. He will not miss any time, because we ended up doing reasonably well in our simulated games. We went 3 and 4. Against Atlanta, we win by 1. Rizache 3 for 15. Whoa! 37 on 14 of 19 shooting for Marquis Cannon. Double-double for Singleton as well. We'll talk more about Cannon here against OKC. He had 29 against the Thunder in a win. Halliday 5, 5, and 5, although him and Singleton really struggled to shoot the ball. Shea had 26. Lost to Minnesota only by 1. Now, Minnesota struggled this year. Anthony Edwards has been healthy. But Cannon had 34. Who is this kid? He is unbelievably good. I mean, he is putting up dominant scoring performances left and right, and he's been very efficient in the process. Against the Suns, we win by 16. Mathurin 25. Cannon a very efficient 23. Now, yes, everyone has their stinkers. We got blown out by Portland. Cannon led the team in scoring, although he didn't shoot it well. 6 of 18. But I think the biggest takeaway from today's episode is that we should be pretty damn excited, because through 12 games, this kid, Marquis Cannon, looks awesome. Things can change. Michael Carter-Williams was a lead early and then forgot how to play basketball. 23.5, nearly 5 and 3, 62% true shooting, already at 2 estimated wins added. Multiple 30-point games, including 34 and 37. Clearly, his rough shooting night against the Clippers in the opener was not that big of a deal. He comfortably leads the rookie leaderboard in points. I see Noah Halliday here in 20th. Halliday's averaging around 6, 4.5, and 4.5 on limited minutes. He hasn't shot the ball overly efficiently, especially from 3, but he hasn't been that bad in terms of the shooting splits. We're working on it. Per 36, he's averaging a triple-double. I mean, this guy does everything, and he doesn't turn the ball over. 4.5 assists, 0.7 turnovers. I told you he's one of the top playmakers in the rookie class. Once he develops the scoring, he's going to be a monster. Mark Singleton has been much at the same as last year. Efficiencies are equal. Points per game is down. He's taking less shots. Assists per game is up. He hasn't really gotten better. The shooting splits have not improved. We'll go into more depth with Singleton, who's helping a sick grandpa travel through something. We'll talk more about Noah Halliday as well and his impressive start, as we expect that to certainly increase. And, of course, Marquis Cannon, number 2 overall pick. I think we've got ourselves a ball player with him. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Peace out.